So yun mga boss, welcome back sa panibagong episode ng ating vlog. So matagal-tagal na rin tayo hindi nakapag-upload ng video dahil nga naging busy sa trabaho at saka minsan walang gana ng video. Pero ngayon, dahil parang naboring ako dito sa sa oras na ito, sa lugar na ito, gagawa tayo ng reaction video tungkol sa Mama Sapano Massacre, yung Fallen 44, yung mga magigiting natin na mga soldiers, mga heroes. So, sabay-sabay natin panoorin to mga boss. Pero bago yan, credit nga pala sa owner ng video na ito. So, let's go!
10 p.m. night of January 24, 2015.
Hindi pala sila nag-start na lumuso.
About 390 SAF commandos are on their way to an unfamiliar territory.
Wow, dami pala. 390 SAF commandos. Tapos yung target nila is isa o dalawa. Tingnan natin bakit ganun.
To carry out classified mission. A mission which the SAF are the most capable of. The Special Action Force, or SAF, is an elite unit of the Philippine National Police. The members were chosen among a number of participants who had undergone a tough selection procedure. The qualified members then received special and intense training to handle operations such as raids, hostage rescue, and counter-terrorism. Their involvement to end coup d'etat.
So, dito pa lang mga boss, makikita natin na yung mga soldiers natin ay hindi talaga basta-basta. Dumadaan sila sa matinding trainings, pagsikap para lang ipagtanggol ang ating bayan. So, ganyan ka tatapang at ka lalakas ang ating mga soldiers, yung ating mga bayani. So, sige.
In the late 1980s and the Zamboanga siege in 2013 are just some of the many accomplishments of the Special Action Force. Months before this mission, an intelligence report allegedly from the United States revealed that two of the most wanted terrorists in several countries are currently hiding in the marshlands of Mama Sapano, Maguindanao, Philippines.
Mama Sapano, Maguindanao.
The objective of the SAF is to infiltrate and capture terrorists Abdul Basit Usman and the main target, one of FBI's most wanted terrorists, Zulkifli bin Hir, alias Marwan. Marwan is a Malaysian terrorist who specializes in bomb making. Together with his group, Marwan was involved in a number of attacks and plots in Southeast Asia, including a reported plot targeting the Pope during his visit in the Philippines. Fortunately, it was averted.
Iwan ko ba talagang mga tao, parang yung pag sila nakapatay, pag pumapatay sila ng tao, parang naging masaya sila. Meron talagang mga taong baliktad yung pag-iisip. Iwan ko ba? No? So, sila, tingnan natin.
This mission, however, was not new to the SAF. Efforts to capture Marwan can be dated back to 2010, wherein 9 consecutive attempts have been made, but none were successful. Most missions were aborted, and in some cases, Marwan was able to escape.
So, ang dami na palang ito.
But this time, officials responsible of the operation were confident that the outcome would be different. With this confidence in mind, the SAF commandos prepares as they get closer to the site to carry out the mission. A mission that will forever be remembered by Filipinos. A mission named Upland Exodus.
Upland Exodus. Okay. Kung napapansin niyo mga boss, napakaganda ng animation, yung graphics, at saka yung pagkagawa ng video, napaka-detail to detail talaga, no? So, congratulations sa owner ng video nito. Talagang ginalingan niya. Hands up ako sa iyo, boss. Talagang napagaling. the plan.
Divided as special action companies, the SAF commandos will follow a planned route and will position at assigned locations on the map.
Okay.
The 84th SAC or Seaborne, which is composed of 41 commandos, is the team assigned to capture Marwan and Usman. They will be the first one to advance and will control the movement of other SACs. Just behind Seaborne, the 55th SAC, composed of 36 commandos, will become the blocking force, which will serve as the primary support and security for Seaborne. The remaining
So,
SACs,
anim na grupo
which are
pala sila,
composed of more than 300 SAF commandos, will serve as support groups, securing the exits of both SACs. Meanwhile,
So kung napapansin niyo, napakadami pala ng soldiers, no? Anim sila na grupo. So talagang pinaghandaan nila ito kasi yung target nila is 2 lang. So siguro napakatinig ng target nila. So kaya pinaghandaan nila. So tingnan natin anong mangyayari.
the 3rd SAC will position along the drop-off point, securing both ends of the highway.
Okay.
The plan was estimated to be done at a specific time. However, this was unlikely, as the terrain leading to the targets was a huge obstacle for the commandos. The marshland was covered with vast areas of cornfields and deep rivers. Moreover, it was not their territory. Throughout the marshland, several armed groups are situated at certain areas, the largest of which are the BIFF and the MILF. The BIFF is a militant organization based in Mindanao, seeking to have an independent Islamic state for the Muslim minority. Meanwhile, the MILF, also a group in Mindanao, is an organization which seeks to separate from the central government and have an autonomous region for the Moro people. Fortunately, the government and the MILF are currently in an ongoing peace talks, prohibiting both parties from doing aggressive actions, basically a ceasefire. However, due to the mission being classified, the MILF were not informed of the operation.
Okay, confidential. So hindi na-inform yung mga MILF.
At about 11 p.m. of January 24, upland exodus commenced.
Ito na. Ito na, boss. Bakbakan na ito, mga
41
boss.
commandos of Seaborne, led by Superintendent Raymond Train, advances.
Wait, kapangalan ko ah. Kapangalan lang. Hindi ako.
The remaining special action companies are waiting for the right time to depart, as their movements dependent on the movement of Seaborne. However, due to an unfamiliar terrain and the strong currents of the rivers, Seaborne did minor changes to the planned route. This caused a delay in the departure of the 55th SAC and the remaining support groups.
Ayun. 4 PM. So ang tagal nilang dumating, no? Alas 11 pa 'yon ng gabi. Mahabang lakbayin. Medyo mataas-taas yung ano nila, rota papunta sa kuta ni Marwan. Okay. So ito na yung tulay na ipinapakita sa TV. Okay. Ito na, bakbakan na to, guys. Bakbakan na to, mga bossing. Ah, yun. So, si Marwan pala naglagay ng mga
Marwan's hut
ano
was
yun?
covered
IED trap?
with improvised traps.
Yan natin ha. Naglagay ng mga IED trap. Sumabog. Kasi nga magaling siya sa bomb making, so expected talaga na maglalagay talaga siya ng mga traps, di ba? Yun yung hindi nakita ng mga staff.
Meanwhile, hidden from sight, Abdul Basit
Yun na.
Usman escapes.
Isa versus
Unfortunately,
40.
The gunshots
1 versus
awoke the
40.
armed groups in the area.
Ayun. Patay.
Seaborn had successfully neutralized one of the world's most dangerous men.
So nakuha nila yung target nila. Si Marwan, pero yung isa si
Without
ano
delay,
yun, na
they took a
nakatakas?
DNA sample, and a picture was taken.
So ano to? Matatawag ito tong success.
A SAF
Success
commander
operation.
then sent a text message to the command saying Mike 1
Bingo.
bingo, which meant that the target was neutralized. Triumph was felt among the commandos outside as they've heard the word bingo. But that triumph won't last. As Seaborn attempts to unite with the 55th SAC for the exit,
Yun.
they were already
Surrounded.
surrounded.
So sa operation na to, hindi talaga alam ng MILF, BIFF, at saka yung mga other armed groups na may magaganap na operation dyan ng mga government mga soldiers sa gobyerno. So talagang siyempre hindi naman natin ma-blame yung mga MILF, BIFF, at saka yung mga other armed groups na lumaban din sila kasi akala nila nilusob sila. So yun. So tingnan natin ano mangyayari.
Meanwhile, the 55th SAC, which was delayed for hours, attempts to
Naubos
reach
na yung
their
seaboard.
designated waypoint.
55th SAC, 36. So composed of 36 soldiers yung 55th SAC.
As they were navigating through the cornfields of Barangay Tucanalipaw, they heard men shouting
yun yung mga
around the area.
Mga rebelde or mga MILF. Ang ganda talaga pagkagawa ng animation, no? Napakahusay gumawa ng nito, ng uploader.
Immediately, they formed a defensive perimeter. Across the river, they saw MILF members gathering near the bridge.
Okay.
The 55th SAC waited. Their only cover was the cornfield and the darkness,
Ay, naku,
but
yun lang.
not for long.
Alas 5 na. Cornfield, wala pang walang mga matitibay na puno na pwedeng pagtaguan. Naku. Nako. Oops. Sino bang unang nagpaputok?
As dawn breaks, the 77 commandos of the 55th SAC and Seaboard are to be surrounded by over 1,000 combined members of the MILF,
So, ngayon naman,
BIFF, and
1,000
other private
versus
armed
57.
groups. At the location of Seabourn, it was a fight for survival. Thinking they were unmatched by the unknown number of armed groups shooting at them, they decided to retreat to the river and took a different exit route to avoid the enemies.
So,
But then
tinamaan
again,
yung iba.
they got surrounded. During this time, the SAF commandos of the 55th SAC and Seabourn continuously called for reinforcements.
Yun.
This led the remaining special action companies to advance, but then eventually retreated as they were met with gunfire. At the same time, the situation reached SAF Director Getulio Napeñas Jr., the commander who oversees the operation. At about 6 a.m., Napeña sends a message to the Army's 6th Infantry Division commander, informing him about the operation. However, according to the commander, he did receive a message, but it did not mention the need for reinforcements. Fortunately, the SAD commander, Major General Pangilinan, sent out a reinforcement team after details of the ongoing firefight have circulated. Moreover, Pangilinan orders the Brigade General of the AFP to notify the MILF of the situation, which again was in an ongoing peace talks with the government.
Maaga na.
At about 8:30 a.m., the army arrived. According to the army, they saw the remaining SAF commandos just sitting on the highway. The army then
Ito yung mahirap mga boss dahil yung ano natin mga soldiers natin pinalaban sila doon sa area pero walang reinforcement. Yun nga, walang reinforcement, so parang pinabayaan, sort of ganun, di ba? So napakasakit sa damdamin ng ating damdamin bilang isang Pilipino na yung mga soldiers natin na sadyang matatapang at nagbuwis buhay para sa ating bansa ay talagang pinabayaan na, di ba? Matatawag natin yan na pinabayaan kasi yun nga, hindi nagpadala sa ng reinforcement. Alam naman nilang madaming kalaban doon sa area. Siguro takot na bakla yung dahil sa ongoing na peace talk, no? Sige, tingnan natin anong nangyari sa sunod.
For coordinates from 2 SAS commanders to locate the 55th SAC in Seabourn. Unfortunately, they don't know. After figuring out the location, the army advances. But the remaining SAF members reportedly refused to
300
go with them.
commandos.
According to a report, there was no command telling the SAF what to do. At about 9 a.m., the army received a call from Seabourn, informing them that they are on a hill in Barangay Tucanalipao, surrounded by the MILF. However, AFP Chief of Staff General Katapang ordered his men to not engage the MILF because they don't want to endanger the ongoing peace process. The army then proceeded to extract them, but along the way, they were also met with gunfire and forced them to retaliate.
Yung mga staff na kasama sa mga lumusog doon, hindi. Yung sa bagay, wala namang 12 PM na, bakbakan pa rin. Patay, ubos. Siguro mga boss, kung ikaw nasa kalagayan yan, alam mo na kung anong mangyayari sa buhay mo. Kasi pinapalagiran na kayo, di ba? 1,000 versus 57, ang dami nun. Tapos wala ka pang mapagtaguan. Ano yan cornfield yan So, yung mga balat, talaga, tumatagos talaga. Ubos. Oh, yun. Ito yung literal na iniwan sa ere. Pinapasok sa kuta ng kalaban, tapos iniwan. Yun. Ubos. Minortar pa.
The firefight lasted for several hours, until the army decided to deploy white phosphorus at about 5:30 p.m. The white phosphorus are used for cover and as markers for the artillery team to calculate their location, minimizing the risk of a
Bakit nga
friendly
ba
fire.
ipinatagal pa yung pag-dispose ng ng yung white?
As the armed groups saw the white phosphorus at about 6 p.m., the firefight stopped, and the MILF announces that their fighters had withdrawn from the area. Shortly after, the search for the 77
The search for Miss
commanders
Universe began. Ano yan? 35? May mga nakaligtas pero kadalasan patay. Mabuti na lang kasi board. Siyam lang yung yung napatay. Sa 50 sack, 55th sack, 35 sila. Yun yung masaklap. Yung mga pamilya, yung nanay, anak nila, naghihintay ng papa, na may umuwi papa, pero tapos na yung kaligayahan.
But the story goes deeper than it seemed. Investigations done after the incident uncovered something behind the people responsible of the operation. It was revealed that former President and also the Commander-in-Chief Benigno Aquino III allowed his close friend former PNP Chief Alan Purisima to participate and allegedly gave him control of the operation. However, the said PNP chief was suspended at that time, currently being investigated for an alleged graft case. Even so, Aquino entrusted him the operation, along with the SAF director Getulio Napeñas Jr. Moreover, it was reported that Deputy Director General Leonardo Espina was supposed to be the one who had the authority to oversee the entire operation. But due to an unknown reason, he was excluded and was only informed on the morning of January 25. With the number of revelations being brought to light, the officials responsible of the operation fell into a blame game, taking turns in blaming one another.
Turuan na.
In regards to the MILF, questions arise as to why Marwan was near, if not within, their territory. During the Senate probe on the incident, Senate Majority Leader Alan Peter Cayetano fired questions directed to the MILF, asking about their alleged role in providing a haven for the terrorists. But all of these were denied by the MILF, insisting that Marwan took refuge within the BIFF territory. This was supported by Chief Peace Advisor Teresita Deles, saying that the MILF already ended ties with the terrorists. In a different investigation, autopsy reports done by the PNP revealed that most members received a fatal shot to the head. This can be done by the snipers. However, this also suggests that some were shot up close. This theory was confirmed when a video circulated through social media showed a brutal killing of one SAF commando up close. Besides the investigation done by the government, the MILF conducted their own. According to their investigation, the MILF lost 17 of their members and 3 civilians had died. In regards to the Upland Exodus, the MILF said that they were not aware of the operation. And even with the ceasefire prohibiting both parties from doing aggressive actions, they said that they were not able to identify the SAF commandos and claimed that the said commandos fired at them first. These claims led people to debate if this was a case of a misencounter or just pure massacre. The Senate, which condemned the manner of how the SAF members were killed, labeled the incident as massacre. But the Commission on Human Rights chairperson disagrees with them, stating that categorizing the incident as a massacre is excessive.
Manood-line na lang tayo mga boss. Naubos yung ating mga mga soldiers. So yun nga mga boss. So yun nga, hindi natin na ma-blame yung mga MLF, BFF na lumaban sila sa hinarap nila yung mga soldiers natin kasi na hindi, parang lang, pinagtanggol nila yung sarili nila. Pero sa case na to, sa mga ko lang tatanungin, may mali talaga ang gobyerno dito. Lalo na si Noy. Kasi siya yung pinaka-chief, pinaka-head sa datahang Pilipinas, di ba? Sa datahang lakas
The
ng
tragic
Pilipinas.
events of January 25, 2015
Iwan ko lang,
cannot and will
yung
not
mga
be
military natin
forgotten
parang
by the Filipino
hindi
people.
parang talagang iniwan sa ere. So talagang nakakawa mga bossing.
During that day,
So sana may
families lost
natutunan
a
din
father,
sa ating
a
pinalabas
brother,
na video ngayon.
a son, and a hero.
So ang magagawa na lang natin is
Thus,
magdasal ang
Questions and
kanilang mga kaluluwa.
outrage remain.
At
Who was
saka,
at fault? Who is to be blamed? And has
Sunod na eleksyon,
justice already been given?
be a wise voter. Alam nyo na, di ba?
But